So we talk about religion a lot on this channel. In fact, a religious friend of mine says that the only people that go on more about religion than religious people are atheists. But you know what? I think that's pretty normal. Religion is at the center of everything that we do. It's at the center of the human condition. It dictates the rise and fall of nations. Entire countries either believe in it or don't believe it, or are fighting a war with somebody who believes in something different. So for something so central to the universal human condition, you'd imagine there's an extremely clear definition. I mean, you might be thinking right at this very minute that this, a beautiful 15th century Spanish church, is religion. But you'd be wrong. This isn't religion. This is where people who practice religion come. I mean, this no more defines religion than an ice cream shop with people eating ice cream in it defines ice cream. So we have a conundrum here. This is both an incredibly important element of human life, but it's also something that's not necessarily completely well understood. Well, let's give it the Discourse collective treatment. So the great and the good have all had a stab at defining religion. The normal state of affairs is that they use their own, normally pretty narrow set of beliefs to make an attempt. This is testament to the difficulty of the task at hand. Do we seek to define religion as something fundamentally based in the real world, as a philosophy, if you like, or do we seek to provide a set of functional characteristics that make up religions? So in either case, we face two extremes, too narrow, and we end up, as Edward Bernard Taylor did, with the answer, belief in spirits. Too broad, and we end up with a definition that includes football and politics. Now, this is why most dictionary definitions just kind of ramble on about gods and churches and the afterlife and holy books. Much like the opening to this video, a physical church is not a religion. It's a physical embodiment of the belief. A holy book is not a religion. It's an attempt to codify and control the message of a religion. Dances, totems, idols, prayers, masses. These are the performances of religion, not religion. So where on earth do we start with the definition then? It's not too hard to imagine our ancestors from long ago staring into a fire and cooking marshmallows or whatever it was they did, and wondering perhaps, was there more to all of this? Was there more to what was in the night sky? Was there more than what they could see, touch, feel, hear, or smell? Something other, something ethereal. I mean, maybe it was the spirit of an eternal animal they hunted or that hunted them. Or, maybe it was the bringer of thunder, or the maker of mountains. The first step towards a religion would have been quickly followed, though, by telling somebody else the words or the pictures that you've imagined and your thoughts on the matter. I mean, we'll never know how this conversation might have gone, but these ideas developed over time. I'm sure most likely small groups would have knitted together their own ideas, perhaps. What we do know is that the ritualistic behaviour, like cave paintings and leaving grave goods, show that religious behaviour became part of our society even very early on. I mean, just like it wasn't one human who woke up one day and started speaking a fully developed language, religious ideas would have developed slowly over time as well. This sets the scene then perhaps for one of the complexities of defining religion. It's intertwining with the societies where it formed. Where does society stop, and where does religion begin? Life is a scary place, even today with modern housing, supermarkets and TikTok. Imagine being pretty much naked, armed with a stick and fighting off a saber-toothed tiger. So pain, disease, hunger and death, they would have been pretty much a constant daily occurrence. Anything that takes some of the edges away from that situation is going to help. Touching a sacred object before you hunt, keeping an important ritual before you sleep, or some story that you tell a young member of the tribe around the fire. Make no mistake, early religions started in an attempt to help the society around them, to glue it together, us versus the rest of the world. So it's not hard to imagine this, and it's also not hard to see why it wouldn't be questioned and just kind of become part of society. And from here, it's easy to see special buildings being created, ceremonies performed, and then beliefs coming totally enmeshed and sacred. And there, I think, is the crux of it. So most attempts at religion touch on spirituality, itself a barely defined term, or symbology, or the clothes, or the rituals. It's a slow-moving evolution of ideas which at any one time claim to be immovable and must be adhered to totally with zero doubt, otherwise they just would fizzle out. I mean, a true inquiring mind would assume that there was some part of that was incorrect, or at least sort of leave some room for doubt in that central tenet. Religion does not do this. From inception to the present moment, adherents must, at least outwardly, accept all elements of the faith and offer no serious counterpoint, or they risk falling into heresy. Religion is both the supernatural nature of the claim and, critically, the surety with which they lay their claims. Go big or go home. So, I think I'm ready to lay the Discourse Collective definition of religion at the altar of your consideration. Are you ready? Religion is a group of people with total unwavering adherence to a set of supernatural ideas. So does our definition capture the right real-world example of those entities that we're happy to apply the label of religion to? Well, let's take a look. Christians, 2.2 billion followers. Are they a group of people with total unwavering adherence to a set of supernatural ideas? Check. Muslims, 1.6 billion. Absolutely. Check. Hindus, 1 billion. Yeah, I think they are. Buddhists, 500 million. Now it's here that we reach our first disagreement with the current mainstream thinking of what a religion looks like. There is no deity or creator in Buddhist teachings, but there are supernatural entities, divine beings called devas. However, critically, there is no centralized refutation of ideas, because to argue against another's belief is to interfere with that person's path to enlightenment. And that puts it firmly into the box of spiritual philosophy, not religion, I feel. Mormonism, I think that's a religion. Scientology, yes, I would say that that's a religion. Scientology exists because even Mormons need somebody to laugh at. Their religious canon is so recent that debunking their beliefs is hardly challenging, but we can't base this definition based on what they believe. So, on the flip side, are there any common examples of societal structures that would become incorrectly labelled under our definition? Science? No. Science clearly encourages doubt and the constant reflection and testing on what it is that is called true. Sports? No, there is nothing supernatural about a sport unless you get really good at it. Political affiliation? Nope. While some meet the total unwavering adherence clause, there is no supernatural element unless you're one of those who think Donald Trump is a living god. Initially, this looks like a good start then, but many minds are better than one. Can you help me out? What do you think about the definition? Do we have it about right, or is it too vague? Are there examples where our definition allows for miscategorization? What about that sticky business of cults versus religion? So, food for thought indeed, and we would love your comments if you've got time to leave those below. For me then, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching. Please tick all those little buttons under there if you like this video, and we will see you next time on the Discourse Collective. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. If you would like to get involved with the discourse, please do let us know. Drop us an email, hit us up on social media, and tell us what you feel, what you think, or if you feel you've got some ideas you would like to contribute yourself. Alternatively, if you would like to help pay for this video and future videos, please do visit our Patreon page, as well as helping us out hugely. You actually get access to some really cool behind the scenes content. I'll see you next time on the Discourse Collective.